Hey there, mercenaries. Welcome to Nova Weekly. This is going to be a new series I want to do where every week I'll be going over update, speculation, analysis, or in case that there is some like major news, I'll be just posting about it within the week. But to start out, I wanted to do a kind of two-part thing where I'll be talking about what Rattati has mentioned on the forums and what I've noticed in the videos, and then also my thoughts on those things. But I will say none of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this video is final. It's not like it's going to be in the game. It's not like I'm talking about the game itself. We're just talking about what we know, essentially. And then, of course, anything that I am talking about in this video or the next part will be in the description. So links down below, just if you need more details, because I'm not going to be going over every little thing. Which is part of the reason why I didn't make this an analysis video, and it's more of a Nova Weekly. So let's just get started here. The first thing that Rattati talked about was gameplay changes. Of course, we have the six new roles here, and these will be Vanguard or Sentinel for the heavy class. Then we have Assault Support in medium, and Sharpshooter Infiltrator in the light drop suit class. So we're not sure what classes and roles means, what that means in terms of like gameplay stuff, but we do know that these six individual roles will have different loadouts, and that the Vanguard is very similar to a Commando, Sentinel obviously, Sentinel, Assault, same, Support is similar to a Logistics, and then Sharpshooter and Infiltrator is actually two different versions of what we have the Scout. So they kind of split that up instead of making like a pilot suit. Though, when Rattati mentioned this, he also said that there's going to be 32 different drop suits. He said, or he clarified that it was 4x6, so it was going to be 6 different roles by the 4 different types of factions. So, you know, Amar, Kaldar, Glente, Minotaur, but he said 32, so I'm not sure if that was just a typo, or if he was talking about how there might be actually 8 different roles, or like 4 classes, but we don't know, and I'll probably make a different video about speculation about those things, but for right now, that's all we know, is that there's going to be 24 different suits to start out with. Then we have the scan range circle that's now on a mini-map in the corner of the HUD, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's a lot more detailed than what it used to be. It actually has all of the the map layouts and everything. It is a literal mini-map, but then it also has a circle on it that shows your scan range. And Rattati also mentioned that it was a dynamic scan something or other, and that just basically means that any actions that you make will be reflected on the mini-map. So if if you're crouching, you'll be more hidden, your scan profile will be higher or lower or whatever it is, and then if you shoot or you run or you're sprinting around or whatever, then you're actually going to be making more noise, and you might poke out on the minimap even if you're not within someone else's scan range. So I thought that was really interesting. Then we have jump jets, which are the double jump feature. So I believe that this is kind of a modification to the the melee mods, that the jump mods essentially, and they're only on certain types of classes or certain roles, which I thought was interesting. Right now they're only on the Vanguard and the light suits, but it does mean that you'll be able to fly as a commando, or at least double jump as a commando, which I think is pretty cool. So the last thing that Rattati mentions is that active modules are going to be on the drop suits as equipment. So all the normal equipment will be still there, but it allows people to use the equipment slots for these kind of modules, where you might have a hardening module or a repair module or something like that. And this just opens the door to all sorts of different possibilities. Imagine, say, like a repair tool that now has a charge on it, or now has a cooldown, so you can only use it for a certain period of time, and then it has to go away for a while, or that it overheats or something like that. It just makes equipment a lot better overall, as well as adding more counters and ways to play the game, essentially. So that's it for gameplay changes. The visual effects changes, though, he also mentions a couple things. We have different states of shield, but it's really cool effects. Like if you go look at the Nova gameplay, you can see kind of this hexagon pattern on the drop suits now, and that just displays what's happening to your suits, or what's happening to the shields on your suits. So either if they're recharging, or if they've been depleted, or let's say that they finally got up to your full shield bar. It just makes it so that you're not having to constantly look at your HUD for all this information, and that more of it can be displayed on your own personal suit in first person. Or if you're shooting at someone else, you can see easily, without say like a health bar, whether or not the person's shields have been deactivated. Then of course we have the sniper delayed accuracy, which is what I was freaking out about in the reaction video. Is there's no more scope sway, so you're not having to deal with a scope that's bouncing around. You scope in and you're instantly on target, which I mean is slightly unrealistic, but what they've done to counteract that is that now you have to wait like a couple seconds for the accuracy to go in. And it's kind of like a charge sniper, but you're not actually holding a charge or anything. You're just kind of holding in the scope until the accuracy has gone up enough for you to fire and actually be accurate with your shot. But if you try and quick scope, then it's just going to be all over the place, which is great change, and I'm super excited for that. In terms of weapons, we have the Gatling gun, which is going to be it's just the HMG, is a new name for the HMG. And the ADS, so like when you're aiming down sights, it's actually going to be the inverted spread. So just like how we normally have where you press and hold the trigger to gain more accuracy. Well, while you're in ADS, you're also super slow. So, and then on top of firing, you're essentially just a walking turret. So the longer you hold down the fire button, the more accurate it is. And then while you're ADS walking around, it's going to be less accurate, which is great for like close quarters encounters and not so much turret mode kind of thing. But the fact that it has two different spreads is very interesting and creates, again, more possibilities for weapons down the road. Finally, in terms of the visual effects, we have the roll icon, which is now, so each different roll has an icon on the minimap, or not the minimap, but the like heads up display, or basically when you're looking at an enemy, you can see their role icon. So this is great for, let's say, if you're looking for the support on your team, the logistics, the guy that's going to be able to heal you, you can find him and run to him if you need help. Or if you're looking for the support on the enemy team, you can shoot him down first. Or say if you're looking at a heavy and you don't know whether it's a commando, I guess I'll call him a vanguard, or a sentinel, you now can tell easily without having to guess. And other skins and stuff aren't going to make it confusing either. So if you're looking at a medium suit with this medium Minotaur suit with some sort of a skin, you don't have to guess whether it's a Logi or an Assault. You know perfectly well which one it is, and you can decide whether you're going to target it or run away. So that's pretty much it from what Rattati posted. The next part or episode or whatever it's going to be is all about the stuff that I noticed in the videos of the footage that they recorded at FanFest. Stuff like the segmented health bars, the fact that nano injectors aren't anywhere, but there's like revive icons on the screen, and just a few other things that I thought were pretty interesting. So definitely check that out when it's available, and I will see you mercs next week.